Hey y'all, I am once again delivering a quick video. I'm going to try and make this one about 5 or 6 minutes because once again, the truck is off and it's like 77 degrees outside, which is interesting because 77, of course, is a master power number for spiritual awakening, and that is exactly what's happening. So hi, if you're new to my channel, I'm Trish Causey, and I do many things. I won't list them all here. Check out my website, trishcausey.com. But today what I wanted to talk about is y'all, we're not going back to what you thought was normal. Whatever you as normal, that doesn't exist anymore. And I keep hearing people say that over and over again. Well, you know, when things get back to normal, when we go back to normal, when everything, you know, normal, there's no such thing as normal. The normal that you knew does not exist, and it's not going to. And if people adjust to that, then they will be able to handle what is happening now a lot better. And they will be more prepared for what is going to happen as all of this unfolds, because it's not going back to normal. Because what normal was injustice and inequality and systems and structures and institutions that were out for themselves and money as profit and hurting whoever they had to in order to get ahead. And this is government, and these are corporations, and this is religion. And so all of these structures that are now unable to do business as usual, they are really wanting you to come back to them and live in the grid, pigeonhole, cubbyhole, box, bubble that you have lived in your entire life under the matrices that they have created for our society. But we're not going back to that. So the paradoxes that I want to talk about are going to be the paradoxes of, you know, the only constant is change. So you can think of this as the only certainties you have are uncertain, and the only permanences that you know of are impermanent. So are you okay with that? Can you deal with that? Can you understand that this awakening that is happening with coronavirus, COVID-19 being the mechanism of that change, and there's a mechanism that's triggering this great awakening that lots and lots of people have been talking about. So this is nothing new. We all knew it was coming, and we all knew it was this year. You know, we didn't know it was going to be COVID-19, but too many people are waking up, have wakened up, or in the process of waking up to go back to business as usual, to whatever you thought was normal. So let me give you an example, because y'all know I'm an activist, right? So here's an example. In the United States, circumcision is considered normal. And so it's so normal that doctors don't even advise you about it or against circumcising your baby boy in this country. They just say, oh, and when do you want to schedule the circumcision? It's just like an automatic assumption because circumcision is normal in this country. But it's not normal. Boys having their foreskin and keeping their foreskin is what is normal. And that's especially normal in pretty much every other country in the world. Because 80% of the men in the world are intact. They have their foreskin still because circumcision is not normal in their country or in their culture. So then what the heck is normal? We all know about the bell curve. You know, some people do this, some people do that. And then there are lots of people in the middle creates the bell curve, right? It's the average. But normal is going to be what is done by the norm. That means the people who are the sheep, the sheeple, the sheeple who will follow a lead sheeple off the edge of a cliff just because they're followers. This is a time where you get to stand in your sovereignty and your power and create your own reality for yourself. But then you're also open to all of the possibilities of being your own magician, your own sorcerer, your own Merlin, your own high priestess, your own, goddess, God self, source energy in the physical, where you get to create whatever the heck you want, preferably happy stuff. And that's going to be the new normal, is where people are realizing their power. Because what's happening right now is that because people have literally been unplugged from the grids that they subscribe to, they are forced to be sheltered in. They're forced to be quarantined right now. They don't even have the usual access to their addictions and their coping mechanisms, their habits, their routines. They are forcing the situation is forcing people to be with themselves, and a lot of people are not comfortable with that. A lot of people don't like what comes to the fore when they don't have their routines, their distractions, their addictions, their coping mechanisms, and they actually have to deal with the shit that they haven't wanted to for a long time. And this is the exact reason for the awakening, and this slow down, is to make people stop, sit back, and examine how they have been living their lives and how we've been living our lives as a collective, as a society. And so these voices are going to come forward, and these feelings are going to come up, and the choices that you've made, and the just everything is going to start bubbling up to the surface if it hasn't already, and you're going to have to deal with it because you don't have the normal distractions. I mean, just how long can you watch Netflix? I mean, really. Are you rewatching things yet? Just to watch something on the old Netflix. This is the new normal, is change. And it's not just change, and it's not change that's happening to you. It's that you now get to create the change. You're not stuck in that dead-end job for 25 years. You're not stuck in that dead-end relationship. See, this is where people are just now kind of really examining choices they've made, Yeah, a lot of stuff is going to come bubbling up. And are you able to handle it? Are you able to deal with it? Are you able to say, wow, my life really needed some change, and I didn't realize just how blocked I was with all of my schedules and my routines and all this, all my distractions, to keep and to keep me unaware of everything else that I was missing out on. Okay. Permanent impermanence. The only constant is change. Certain uncertainty. Those are the new normals. But if you can channel this change, and if you can channel these qualities, these unstable instabilities, if you can approach them as opportunities to create much needed change in your life, you will likely have a better end result than if you fight them. Again, I've been an activist since I was 13. I've done all the fighting and resist, and I'm not doing that anymore. I'm allowing, and whatever I can affect and have, and change and be in that, that magician energy of transmuting and transforming, then I'm going to do it. And what I can't control, I just go, okay, I'll be happy. I'll sit back. I'm just going to let that go by. And a lot of people are having to awaken to that as well. That you are actually being given the most amazing opportunity to change your life right now. And if you keep bemoaning the old schedules and systems that you have lost, then realize what a gift it's been for that shit to go away. It's going to be really tough the next month or so, next few months. but stay in your power and your sovereignty. Adapt to all these changes that are happening, and just understand that everything right now is it's a stepping stone. It's a milestone along your journey to your full awakening, to your full power. As a creator being, you came here to create amazing stuff. And this coronavirus situation is actually gifting a lot of people, billions of people, the opportunity to create change in their life. And I'm going to do a video about death, because the other side of that is like, well, a lot of people are dying. And like, yes, a lot of people are dying. But from the spiritual perspective, their souls chose to go at this time because their souls want to come back and be a part of the new earth and the new reality that we're all creating by being here and being a part of this wonderful time of change. All right. I love you. Take care. And I will see y'all next time.